Hi, my name is AJ. I'm an MFA 2 student at New York Studio School. The MFA program at New York Studio School gives you the structure and the space to dedicate more time to your practice in an intentional way. In the summer of 2021, I participated in a drawing marathon. I forged these great friendships, and we, as a group, immediately started to take all the nights and weekends classes. Nights and weekends classes are such a gem compared to what other classes kind of give in New York City. And it's also a way to get into the MFA program because you can meet some full-time students that are taking the classes. That could give you some direction in whether or not it's something that you want to pursue. I really forged a lot of strong relationships with the faculty. I have been with a lot of these faculty members since 2021, and they're still a big part of my life. I'm very engaged with what they're doing in their practice and still learning from them. And it's really special to know that they have followed me along this journey. I'm looking at a lot of Eastern art, and then I'm also looking at a lot of Western art from history. I'm looking at plein air landscape painters from Western art history, and then ink paintings from China and Korea, objects from like Japan. But then I'm reading about Rothko. And then in Korean art history, there was a monochromatic movement, and that was a lot about process, and that was a lot about mark making. I'm interested in the history of fine art in Korea and how that impacts my lens and my practice as an American. This drawing here was from the marathon over the summer. I took Rosie Lopman's drawing marathon. So it was originally a charcoal drawing of the setup. I worked on it over and over. And then because of the fact that it was made on newsprint, it started to fall apart really easily when I touched it. So then that prompted me to experiment. And then the experiment was encasing it in the wax. The big one started off as, which many of the paintings do, as other imagery that's a little more representational. And through the act of wiping over and over and repainting, I came to what it looks kind of like a skyscape. I have a real intense fear of flying, actually. But I have to fly a lot because for work I have to travel a lot. I have a lot of photographs of out the window from a plane and a lot of drawings from that too. So my application to get into the school was a lot of skyscapes because they were paintings from drawings and photographs from the plane.
Can you introduce yourself? You're gonna go, hello, my name is AJ. I'm whatever you want to identify as, fashion designer, artist, multi-disciplinary, beige aficionado.